Hi, I'm Rob Roozeboom with the Iowa DD Council. I'm here with Secretary of State Paul Pate, who has graciously invited us into his office to talk about accessibility voting. Thank you so much for that and allowing us to be here today. Secretary Pate, I'd like to start off with the primary election and just an explanation for those that may not know, what is the primary election and when is it?
Well, the primary is going to be June 4th, and early voting will be starting on the May 15th. And the little catch there is you need to have it in by June 3rd because we want to make sure your vote gets counted. And if those who want to register for the upcoming primary, you can do that online, or you can do it in person at your county courthouse, and several other government offices offer that same service. I call it making a plan. Make a plan and know how you want to handle your voting process, and get out there and make sure your voice gets heard, because Iowa's got a great record, one of the best states in the country when it comes to voter registration and turnout, and we want to make sure that our disabled community has all the same opportunities to be successful in that endeavor.
Awesome. And do you have to be a member of a political party to vote?
In a primary, you do.
Okay.
Not the general, but for the primary, because you're voting for whatever party you want to support. So if it's a Democrat, a Republican, or the Libertarian, you'll be helping select that candidate who will be on the official ballot in November. And if you are not already registered for one of those parties, and you're no party, for example, you would change that either at the polling site, or you would do it early if you were planning on voting by mail. You want to get that done.
Got it. And how do you find out who's running and who's on the ballot?
That's a little tougher one. The county auditors typically will put a sample ballot online, their website. They'll also be published in a local paper, but the actual background on the candidates, we lean on the media, local radio, TV, newspapers, to do profiles to some extent. And candidates themselves typically are going to be doing a little campaigning. So if you're already registered as one of those three parties, you're probably going to get touch. They're going to reach out to you and say, hey, I want to introduce you to who I am and why I want you to vote for me.
Absolutely. And one question, what is the difference between the primary election and then the general election?
Certainly. Well, the primary is the invitation for those who want to support a political party to help identify and select their candidate. Who will represent the Republicans or the Libertarians or the Democrats for a state legislative race or for a county seat. Those selections are being made then and now at that point, and those winners would be the official candidates come in November's election, and then you'll be choosing. I think primaries are one of the more important ones, frankly, because that's when you have more options. Some people will say in fall election, well, I'm really not sure about any of these guys or gals. Well, there were several probably back in the primary, particularly when you talk about the presidential side, where there was a lot of them running around during the caucus time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for all that wonderful information when it comes to the primary election. And thank you so much, Secretary Pate, for your time.
My pleasure.